0.
I would have been in pajamas if it allowed.
Absolutely allowed. It's no problem. When we do part 2. When we do part 2. All right. Whenever you guys buy like the Budweiser Mansion, we could do part 2. Where's the Budweiser Mansion at? It's got to be somewhere.
Is that
Where
Anheuser-Busch?
There's got to be a Budweiser one somewhere. All right. We all set?
We're all set,
All
buddy.
right. Looking for the perfect grooming experience for your pup? Welcome to Carley's Fairy Tale Dog Grooming, located 8 North Main Street in Pittston. We offer boutique-style grooming with a focus on quality over quantity. Your furry friend will enjoy a cage-free, stress-free environment where they will feel comfortable and pampered. At Carley's, we make sure every dog leaves feeling and looking like royalty. Call 541-410-9582 or stop in today to book your appointment at Carley's Fairy Tale Dog Grooming. Welcome to Food Fight. I'm your host, Brian DiMattei, and we are here with the head chef of the Stegmaier Mansion, the fine dining. We're going to start over. I don't know why I said that.
Oh, we got the intro for this episode.
Which episode was it where it was just a disaster for 10 minutes?
the Minky one with Jones.
Oh, yeah. I thought the restaurant was called Mingya. It was called Manja. Don't laugh. And you can see me in the beginning of the video, like I was not fucking around either. Like I was dead set. I'm like, this is a pretty cool name for a restaurant. And the whole time it was Manja, which makes a lot more sense. A lot more sense. All right.
Manja.
All right, let's get serious. Okay. All right. Welcome to Food Fight. I'm your host, Brian DiMattei, and we are at Conversion Works Media, where they are sponsoring my show now. We are in the Food Fight arena. I'm still playing around with that name as well, but we are here with 2 special guests today. We're here with the front of the house and the back of the house of the Stegmaier Mansion. I'm here with General Manager Brianna Zerla.
Yes.
And Head Chef Jared. I'm going to try the last name, Jared. All right. Kopechny.
Pretty close.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
all right. Guys, you look fabulous. Welcome to Food Fight.
Thank you for having us.
It's the first I was talking to Brianna a few times, but Chef, it's the first time I'm meeting you.
Yes.
You weren't able to come out of the kitchen when me and my buddy Mike were there for dinner a few weeks ago, but it was an experience that I won't soon forget. From the moment we parked, we did our little video. I did a video outside. The sun was setting perfectly with the mansion in the background with the lights on inside. It looked amazing. And then we chit-chatted with the valet guys. They were really nice.
I love them.
Yeah. They were,
especially Stanley and Dwayne. Yep.
Yeah, they were really nice. And then, we walked in. We were greeted. Beautiful. You walk in, the piano's playing. That guy rocked the whole night.
Yeah.
We're there for about almost 2.5 hours, and I don't think the piano stopped.
Yeah.
You were there on a Saturday, right?
Saturday night,
so
yeah.
That would have been Jay and Sally, yeah.
It was great. It was very peaceful. It wasn't too loud, and it was just loud enough to be able to enjoy it and still have a conversation.
Yeah.
I don't like going somewhere where music's playing, which is nice, and then you can't hear yourself talking to your person at the table. That's not what you go all for sometimes. You go somewhere like that, it's a different experience. But something that we experienced on Saturday night, sitting in that beautiful, what was the name of that room we sat in? Or each room have a name?
Solarium.
The solarium. Okay.
Yes.
With that ceiling, that went super viral on my page.
Everybody loves that room.
It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Beautiful room.
I was like, we couldn't come here. I want to sit in this room.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
like, I want that table.
Absolutely.
When they did the tour.
Yeah, it's really nice at night in that room too.
So the Basilega.
Basilega.
Basilega Hospitality. I met John at the Steam Tall Mall on Saturday during the chili cook-off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
met him and his wife and his kids. Really great family.
Yeah,
great guy. He's doing so much for the city.
Truly
and he
is.
still gets a little pushback. And I'm trying to get him to come on Food Fight to talk about that. So, but he's doing great things. I had no idea that they bought the Steg. I was telling him about the Stegmaier. I just brought it up.
Yeah.
He goes, it's ours, right? I go, I know that now. So I told him about the tour that we did. So I told him I'd make sure I get him a copy. But let's get into who wants to start off first with a little bit. I know we have the tour and we did reviews on my food page about the history of the Stegmaier, but I mean, that's why we're here again too. I know you're talking about on the 570 podcast as well, but just the history of those houses just a few miles over the bridge is amazing. Let's talk a little bit about it.
You want me
Who wants to go up a little
cover
bit?
that one?
You could start. A little bit more of the history with Annie and everything.
So the Stegmaier family, they started out, there was Charles Stegmaier. He started the brewery. and his son George, who married Mary Costello, was the son who owned the mansion where we have the restaurant event venue. And then he also had a son, Frederick, which owned the mansion about 3 blocks down the road. And that was built in the early 1800s. And the Frederick is now, it's a bed and breakfast actually opening this weekend. So we're super excited about that. And then in the early 1900s is when the Mary's construction was complete. Unfortunately, George passed away before him and Mary were ever able to live there together. But they were, the Stegmaier family was huge in Wilkes-Barre. They were one of the families that helped, make Wilkes-Barre what it is today. They had a lot to do. Mary was really big on giving back to the community. They assisted in building, what was it, St. Nick's Church?
I'm not sure.
St. Nicholas Church. I know they funded the construction of that. And yeah, I mean, they people come in and tour the mansion, and they always say to me, "So, like, did this all come from beer?" I'm like, "Yes, it all started from beer. I'm starting my brewery up next week." So, but yeah, it all comes from the Stegmaier beer. The Stegmaier beer, I believe now Edward Meyer, he owns SBC. He is a direct descendant of the Stegmaier family, and they now have the rights back to, I believe, all of the beers, from my understanding.
That's great.
Yeah.
Keep it in the area.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll drive by SBC a lot, going the other way to
Yeah,
Pittston,
right in
to work
Pittston
there.
there.
Yeah, you go by the road. Let's choose this direction, and then we drive by there.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing that they got where were the rights for the Stegmaier beer? Not around
I'm
here?
not 100% sure who had them. I was actually my beer rep who was telling me about it, one of my beer reps, because it was weird because we'd have to get like the Stegmaier IPA that we were carrying, we would get from one company, but other Stegmaier beers we couldn't get from them. And that's where he explained to me that it was something with the rights to the beer, but like he told me that, Edward Meyer and the SBC company now have the rights to it. So that's what I was told. I'm not 100% sure. That's
so it's possible two different breweries were making the beer at a time.
I believe so. I think it was like a recipe thing, right?
I know years ago that the Lion Brewery was making it.
Mm-hmm.
Then they didn't have the rights anymore, and I think they stopped making it for a while, and then SBC got the rights back to it.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Did you know, kind of on topic, but it's soda. Dr. Pepper has no single distributor, that Pepsi and Coca-Cola make it for them. That's why the bottles, sometimes you see different bottles.
Really?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper's made by Pepsi and by Coca-Cola.
I didn't know. I thought that
they don't
it was
have their own.
Pepsi
They don't have their own individual. From the last video I watched, they don't have their own independent distributor. So that's why you see different bottles.
That's cool.
I wish one of them would pick up Cherokee Red. You remember Cherokee
Yes.
Red?
Yes.
Anytime I talk about Crystal Club soda on Food Fight, it blows up.
Yeah.
I was a big 50-50 guy.
I like Frozen
50-50.
Run.
I don't was that?
Frozen Run, the birch beer back in the day.
Yeah.
Not for me. Not for me. No birch beer, no root beer. I don't remember drinking Cherokee Red. I remember Cherokee Red. But I always thought it was something different. That's why I never tried it. But it's like a really intense cherry Coke, right?
Oh no, it's not like, it doesn't have like that Coke or that traditional like Coca-Cola flavor. It's just all I don't know.
It's not a cola. It's just cherry.
Yeah.
No,
it's just cherry.
I remember and I think it stopped for I was never a soda drinker, but I loved Cherokee Red, and they stopped making it, and then there was a time, it had to be like in the early 2000s because I was still married at the time. I remember they started making it again.
In the plastic bottles. I remember seeing them every once in a while. I never even thought about it. Yeah.
It was like this little teaser, like, oh, here it is, and then boom, take it away. So
Give me some 50-50.
it's good for my health because that's the only soda I would drink, and if it still existed, I'd probably be drinking it every day. So
There's been no other citrus soda like 50-50. Squirt tries to be that, but the name is just horrible.
Yeah.
How did that make it past the R&D? They're like, you know what? We're going to call this lemon lime soda. What's that? Here comes the breaking name. We're going to call it fucking Squirt. Am I right? Squirt. Jesus. And then the new other one is Starry now, like the new it was Sierra Mist.
Yeah, Starry Sierra Mist.
Starry Sierra Mist.
What was that before? It was Sierra Mist. That's a Coca-Cola product.
Yeah,
it was Sprite, right?
Well, Sprite's still out. Sprite still exists. Sprite's a different. Sprite is Coca-Cola, correct?
Not sure.
And Sierra Mist is
sure.
Pepsi. We're gonna look up the Dr. Pepper thing.
I know that the Starry is Coca-Cola. I'm almost positive.
And then is Sprite Pepsi? It doesn't matter. You ever have Sprite in the glass bottle?
No,
They sell it right next to the Coca-Cola in the glass bottle as sheets now.
I haven't seen
Actually,
that.
really, I love a Coca-Cola with the Mexican sugar.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's some good shit.
They're great.
That is Stegmaier.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that guy.
Charles.
Ooh. He's like,
There's at the Fred. There's a giant portrait of him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I don't know, 4 feet by 4 feet, if not larger. The thing's so cool.
Wilkes College has a portrait of him, and I'm not sure. There's 2 of them they have over there. They're supposed to be. They told me they'd seek them out for us, and I think there's one at the Westmoreland Club too. I've heard.
in the Westmoreland Club. It's nice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fancy places around here that you don't really think about until you hear about it. You're like, oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's right down the street from me?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So, all right, so we got into a little bit of history of the mansion, though it was several things leading up to what it is now, correct? And the Red Cross owner for a little while. So what did the Red Cross use it for?
It was their their local headquarters.
Okay.
And so they had it right after the Stegmaier family no longer had the mansion. I believe it was Mary's children, after she passed, donated it to the Red Cross. And then I'm not sure who owned it after that, but I know there was like an art gallery. There was a dance studio. They rented it out, I guess, as different spaces, and there was a lot of different businesses in there. And then Joe Matteo purchased it, and he was the one who renovated it into like pretty much what it came to be today when we purchased it. It was an event venue, a lot of weddings, special events. I believe there was the intention to make a restaurant in there that never came to fruition, and the Frederick was also used as a bed and breakfast. They did some events over there, and he had some like long-term tenants that lived there as well. And then John purchased it. I think the closing last year was actually this week last year.
How about
when
that?
They closed
Yeah,
on.
I think it was right on this time.
That's pretty cool.
We both started in February. And we started doing events shortly after that. We had some events that were still booked under the old ownership that, of course, we wanted to honor. And the restaurant, we were originally planning to open in April, but we pushed that back, and we officially opened in June. And it's been a wild ride since, right?
I bet it has.
Yeah.
I bet it has.
Opening a restaurant is not for the weak or faint of heart.
All right, so when you, exactly, so let's get into that. When you two became part of the team at the same time,
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
we started the same day.
new back of the house, new front of the house. When you both walked in there, let's say you both walked in there at the same exact time and be like, okay, what are we gonna do? But when you walked in there, what did you guys say? What are we gonna change? What can we change? What can't we change? Where was the inspiration to have it be the way that it was when me and Mike came in there for dinner?
I mean, that was a long process to get to, like, from the very beginning of first walking in to what you saw, almost like the finished product, and we're still layering in things. Like, we're opening up brunch this upcoming week, so we're just doing. But from the very beginning, like kitchen wise, like, they were driven towards events. So the kitchen itself didn't have a lot of equipment that is needed for everyday dinner service. Like, there was no steam well, there's no bain maries, like units to put your food in, cold nights, like no chef base. Like, we swapped the kitchens around because there's technically 2 kitchens in the building. There's one on the first floor, the main kitchen's in the basement. That's where we're at. So I personally never like designed a line before. So that was like a cool experience to do. Everything had to legally fit under the 14-foot hood system with all the gas and everything like that. So just, drawing measurements, all that stuff. And then just how the rooms itself downstairs in the kitchen were very, like I said, event driven. So there's just racks of plates and just everything you can imagine under the sun that was down there. There's a lot of stuff that we got rid of.
Wasn't going to go with the aesthetic of what we were trying to do with the
Yeah,
mansion.
like I said, just, everyday, I don't know, holiday, whimsical stuff that we wouldn't be using, I guess. We kept a lot of it. A lot of the china, we kept the plate itself that you saw, so we mix and match and all that stuff. But just, grinding and just getting that kitchen together from February. I think the first time I was in January. And I remember walked down, and I was like, it was nighttime, and I was a little overwhelmed, and I was just like, I was by myself, and I was just like, wow, this place is massive. This is where the kitchen would be, not upstairs, just way too small. And just, figuring out where everything would go and just keep on pushing from there. It's been a cool journey so far. And just, what Brianna said, We opened in June, but we had events all through the springtime. So there'd be times where, like, you know, we brought in our sous chef in, like, when we bring Jordan in April? March.
Well, he came in March for like that one big event we did.
Yeah.
Wilkes event.
But like just him and I, like there'd be weeks where we wouldn't have events, so then we would just focus on the restaurant and the kitchen. This goes here, goes, and then like the next week would be like, all right, we have 5 events. So then like we can't really work on the restaurant because we have to work on putting out events. So it was just this weird mash of like, we're open, but we're not open, but we have to put out parties, and like we're still figuring everything out, like in the building. So it was a cool, and you know, it's just beginning. So it's a weird feeling to get all up to this point to opening, and it's literally just the beginning. So
that's great.
It's
I
cool
remember
though.
the first time I walked in after, because where our first floor server alley was not set up to be like what it is now. And like every day we'd walk in, and I just wanted it to be like a restaurant and be together. And it was like chaos up until about half an hour before we opened, honestly. And I remember like the first like day and second day and third day, I walked in through the back where we come in, and it was actually like a functioning server alley and kitchen. And we had like our bread warmer was there, and the coffee's all set up. And I'm like, it's so nice to walk into like a functioning restaurant, because it was a lot getting open.
I wish I asked to see the kitchen when I was there. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
should
I
have
don't know why I
taken it
didn't.
down. Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's because I was just overwhelmed by
Yeah.
everything inside.
Yeah, I didn't take you down when you came for the tour.
Then you see the last room upstairs. You're just like,
Yeah.
it motivates me to want to get married, just so I could have my wedding party
I
there.
don't think there's anything that could ever motivate me to want to get married again.
See, I was never married in the first place, so I don't know what it's like the first time. I'm a hard learner, so I got to see for myself. You know what I mean? dive back into the craziness of things. You know, so one thing at a time. All right, let's take a little Stegmaier pause. Chef, where'd you get your background in cooking? What made you decide to want to be a chef? You make a pancake one day you were a kid. You're like, this is it.
So I've always had appreciation for food, even since a young kid. I grew up having, you know, a garden, go out and pick vegetables, just eating them right off the vine. We'd get a couple of pigs butchered a year. We'd get a quarter cow. I have 2 siblings, so there's 5 of us in the house growing up. So we always had an idea of where the food came from in a way. Nothing was necessarily organic or anything like that, but we always had a sense of where the food was coming from. So I always appreciated that too. And I said earlier, I wrestled, so I always dieted, ate healthy when I was younger. So in that sense too, I appreciated certain types of foods and flavors and everything like that.
Hold on one second. What was the most weight you ever cut for a weekend matches? In 1 week, or a couple of days? How much weight you cut? What was the most?
In a week, probably about 8 or 9 pounds.
Sucks, right?
Yeah.
That's not that bad though.
9
pounds.
No, in a week that's
sounds
not
like
bad.
a lot to North people, but like 4 or 5 pounds a day. Oh, this is so much water weight though. You're just sitting there sweating your balls off.
Yeah.
Feeling like shit.
Yeah. There'd be times I'd leave practice. I'd go right to like what was it?
Sauna.
Yeah,
Hot
the
tub.
one in Twin
Yeah.
Stacks in Dallas. I'd go right to
Man,
the Shapes. It was
man.
called the gym. I'd go right into the sauna
Yeah.
right after practice, and just sitting there and just be like, oh.
What's
that
that
you would have
place
to,
now?
like-
Used to be a restaurant there, right? With the stacks.
Yeah, there was a few
Sorry, I
things.
didn't mean to cut you off, Brianna.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
I just like you would lose that much weight in 1 week.
Oh, you could lose.
Yeah,
You
you'd be
could lose.
surprised.
You could lose 10 pounds in one day. You're not
I
actually
need
lose.
tips. Give me tips.
You're just losing. You're just losing water, and you're killing your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally, it's taking you lose water weight overnight. Like you go to bed at 190, wake up at like 186, a couple peas during the night, evaporation, all that type of stuff. Fat evaporates, right? So you lose weight as you're sleeping. You take the water weight off you, right? And then if your calories were right, and it's been a week or so, and you finally got that last number, maybe that final pound of fat evaporates off your body into the air, right? That's where fat goes. It evaporates, and you wake up a little lesser. But then when you purposely try to sweat every ounce of water out of your body, putting garbage bags over you, sweatsuits.
I remember that when my brothers were little, like for football.
My buddy Keenan goes, Brian, losing a couple pounds. He goes, get in the shower, as hot as you could possibly bear, 15 minutes, get out, dry yourself off, wrap yourself up in sweatpants, towels, lay in your bed for another half an hour,
Yeah.
sweat, hoodie, everything, right? Get back, take a cold shower, guaranteed to wake up 3-4 pounds lighter the next day. And he's right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's minimum though. Like some people lose 20 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, jiu-jitsu and
Sickening.
like MMA,
Yeah.
the way they lose weight, they cut real
It's
quick.
disgusting.
Like I would taper off slowly. Like
Yeah.
even it would be, so wrestling season's coming up. So usually in September I would start before the season even started.
Well,
I would start.
There's losing weight and there's cutting weight.
Yeah, that's
huge difference.
True.
Yeah, huge difference. I try to, when I know it's tournament time, I get into my weight class. I'll train if my weight class is, I do 195, I will train at 190 for 2 months because I have to weigh with my gi and everything on. So I'll go into my training camp on weight, not going in there and then having to cut 15 pounds with a week to go.
Yeah.
And then I just don't like doing it. My friends love doing it though. My buddy Keenan, he does it and he wins. So whatever works for him, you know what I mean? So 10 pounds is the most.
Yeah, probably.
Right. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I could eat just now just thinking about that. You know what I mean? Did you come up with, and this is a food fight show, did you come up with any type of some people, you know, a little off topic, but some people come and get eating disorders from that type of wrestling and that type of diet yo-yoing over and over and over again. Was yours extreme? You know what I mean, right? You're part of the culture.
Yeah. I do know what you're talking about. So it's funny, I strictly use the South Beach diet, like an old school, like low carbs,
high protein.
Exactly. And then obviously being a young kid, exercising, run around, you know, practice. So having, you know, the 30 hours of practice every week, the cardio plus your diet and stuff like that. I would say I don't eat breakfast as much. I do. I honestly do think that was because of wrestling. I like barely ate breakfast growing up. I would have something small, just whether it was a bagel or a piece of fruit before school. And I'm just like, I naturally not hungry when I wake up. So I don't know if for the dying, I would always skip breakfast. I'd have lunch and then I have a small dinner. So I don't know if I would, like I didn't eat anything this morning before I came here.
I mean, breakfast used to be the most important meal of the day. Now fasting's a big thing, or waiting as long as possible to eat. Like I have a protein shake in the morning. That's pretty much it. And then I'll have lunch. Yeah. But I could go without eating breakfast. I go train without eating breakfast. I could train for hours without eating breakfast. So
I'm not a breakfast person.
Yeah, it just depends on what I'm in the mood for sometimes.
I dabble in the fasting. I have great ideas, but it never works out well for me.
You're overcomplicating it.
No, I just think about tacos and want to eat tacos.
I think about tacos too.
I love tacos.
Think about tacos too. Yeah,
like what? At least 3 times a week I go in. I'm like, hey Jerry, want to get tacos?
I love that. So wrestling, appreciation for food growing up. So what did you get onto the road to be a chef?
So I started at Grotto Pizza at Harvey's Lake in 2007. The end of my senior year of high school, and I have been cooking ever since.
Can't leave once you start.
So this is all I've honestly have done for a living. I mean, I bartended for about 1.5 years at Grotto, and I was still cooking at Canteen 900 in 44 when that existed. I kind of got burnt out because I was working 6 days a week for myself for about 8-10 months. So I was just doing it to myself. But then went back in the kitchen, and then when I was like 22, 23, that's when I started working at Canteen, and then that's when I truly fell in love with food in the industry and flavors and the people, just from the customers to the staff to the purveyors that you come in, the delivery drivers that come in. There's a guy from Samuel's, Eric. That's all I know about him, but I've known him for years, and I still see him regularly. And like, we're always, hey man, how's it going? But like, I just know him from the industry, and like, it's just cool the little people, the things that you meet over the years, and just I just kept pushing myself to learn and just keep growing as a chef and like as a person. Like every spot I would take, I would just want to keep like moving up in position, or just maybe not moving up in position, but moving up mentally and learning more from like myself.
Becoming better at that position.
Yes. Yeah. And just keep pushing and just, seeing how far it would go.
That's great. What was your first head chef job? When was your first time you were like, this is yours now?
Like by default or actually hired?
Let's say both.
All right. By default, I would say it would be Canteen 900.
What happened with the Canteen 900? They're out of business, correct? The one on Main Street in Pittston? Was there more than one location?
So there was 3, but so Canteen 900 was in the 900 building in 44.
Oh, the Rudder.
Yes. So it's where the canning house is now.
Yeah.
So then simultaneously she opened the Canteen Park, which is that burger place on Market Street, right before you go over the bridge.
Market Street Burgers?
Yes. So she owned that as well.
Owned or owned still?
Owned.
Okay, go on.
Simultaneously.
Okay.
So then they both shut down. And I believe, I could be wrong, but then I believe she opened up the Canteen Central for a few years in Pittston, and I think that just shut down the past, 6 months or whatever?
I think so. So Market Street Burgers was a different name before Market Street Burgers?
Yeah, it was called Canteen Park.
No shit.
And it was like a small tapas menu with like high-end martinis or booze.
There was high-end martinis
Yes.
in that building?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
The burger place makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. The garage doors. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
But-
It has garage doors and they had high-end martinis.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking. That's what
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was,
even.
uh,
I can't
never
even
been
picture
there.
that.
It was. I mean, it wasn't around for a long time, but it was a cool vibe in there.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. I can't knock it. I didn't see it,
Yeah,
but I just
yeah.
can't picture a higher end place being.
I mean,
in
obviously it didn't.
That built. It didn't work out.
Yeah. So.
But Market Street Burgers, they got some good burgers. They could definitely compete with the Valley. They got some good fucking burgers.
I agree. I had their chicken sandwich last week. Burger a month ago. Prior to that, I never had them before working down at Stegmaier.
Yeah.
Because I was up in Dallas or whatever. But yeah, very good burgers.
Had them a few times. Consistent. French fries. We get the brisket French fries. Forget about it.
I don't think I had those ones.
French fries with briskets and other kind of shit on there. And
I
it's
have to
just
try
like
those.
those French fries have good staying power, like down to the last one.
Yeah.
You know when French fries are really good when you're sitting there and there's a lot of them. And you're already there for 25 minutes. You're still gotta finish them now. Gotta finish them now. It's the mission to finish them. You know.
Not all soggy or anything.
There's a million restaurants in this whole area. I've been up Dallas a couple times now. I was what did I do Dallas? We just had food up at the they make the acai bowls up there. Vine and brick something berry. I'm screwing up the name. Fuck it, I can't think of it. Then we're at the Blackfin where Chef Dylan was making pizza.
Where's that
The
at?
Blackfin is what's the old name of it? The Blackfin, Bry? Remember?
It was
Crabby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
know
the
exactly. I got you.
Blackfin's up there. They're building a Wawa, I see, up there too.
Yeah.
Dallas is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Putting a Wawa in Dallas?
Yeah, it's almost half built. It's by the Home Depot or the Lowe's right there.
Yeah.
I think it's Lowe's
Or
right there. Or the
Tractor
tractor
Supply.
pull. Tractor
Yeah.
Supply.
Yeah.
Tractor Supply. All right, let me steer the wheel back onto the road here. So we're back to the canteen. Whatever happened with the business.
Yeah,
But you were by default head chef?
Yeah, and there was another chef, Mark Evans, that him and I were running the place together. And then I moved to Philly.
Go Birds.
After I'm
Go
Jets
Birds.
Jets fans, unfortunately.
Jets.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, they won. I was so proud for you. I texted you, didn't I?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I texted
They still have
you.
a team
Yeah, surprisingly.
They
in
won
the
their-
NFL.
Yeah,
won
you'd
their-
be surprised.
They need Joe Namath back.
Yeah, they need a lot.
Remember when he was drunk on the air? Remember years ago?
No.
Brian, you remember years ago, Joe Namath was on Monday Night Football,
Yeah, Monday Night Football.
and he kept on talking to
Was that when he was hitting on the-
one
hitting
lady.
on the lady?
You,
Oh, I did
what did he
hear
keep? What did he say to her?
He
I want to.
wanted to kiss her.
I want to kiss you right now. He goes, I want to kiss you right. I'm watching it. I'm like, is he fucked up? 'Cause he was.
That's too
He
funny.
was he's like, I want to kiss you right now.
I do
He
remember
kept
hearing
on
about that
saying
now.
it. He just kept on saying it.
That's too funny.
All right, so we'll no reason to bring up the Jets anymore on this show.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, all right, so you moved
Yeah,
to Philly.
moved
I
to
make
Philly.
fun of him on a daily basis over the Jets. I sure do.
Yeah, it's all
Who's
right.
your team?
And our sous chef likes the Dolphins, so they're both
Oh
in
my
rough shape.
God.
I'm an Eagles fan.
All right, go Birds.
And it's not only because they're winning. I've
I
always
think
been an Eagles fan.
I think the Jets and the Miami's record last year didn't even come close to the Eagles' record
No,
as far
No,
as the
not
wins
at
go.
all.
even this year, same thing.
So, let's go. So you were in Philadelphia. What are you doing in Philadelphia?
Same thing as just working in the industry. When I first got down there, I moved down there with some friends from high school. They were living in Fishtown.
Nice. We have a gym in Fishtown, Balance Jiu-Jitsu.
Nice.
Phil Magnareese. He's our affiliation. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Fishtown.
Yeah, so I worked right on Frankfurt. I worked at Hefe Tacos. It was a taco stand.
Sounds delicious.
It was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
I mean, it was owned by an Italian and an Irishman, so it wasn't traditional Mexican food.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a fat man burrito with fried chicken thighs.
Italian hoagie taco.
Yeah, I mean, there was pork rolls. So I
great.
mean,
Sounds great.
Fridays and Saturdays we were open to 3 a.m. So like that was just pretty cool experience. I mean, I lived a mile away, so there'd be some nights I wouldn't get home until like 5 o'clock in the morning. But we get all the drunk crowd, people leaving the bars, walking home, and saw some pretty ridiculous things.
bet it was a scene.
It was a good time. It was a great time. I really enjoyed it. Then after that, I worked at Dibble H. Mahern and Sons, right on Front Street for about a month. I left over just discrepancy over pay, so that's whatever. We'll just leave that there. And then I started working at this place called Memphis Tap Room. That was on Memphis Street in East Cumberland, right in like neighborhood of Fishtown, literally corner bar, vegan gastropub. That was pretty cool. Different my sense never really worked in like a vegan place. We had a smoked coconut club that was on the menu. We literally smoked coconuts. It was pretty cool. It was the only time I ever got to use like an anvil in the kitchen while it was actually outside. So we'd take the coconuts, have this big ass Chinese cleaver, would use the spine of the knife and just smash the coconuts open on the anvil. Smoke them. I know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We'd smoke them for 8 hours, like 4 hours hot, 4 hours cold. The chef would just go in and get the chips all just wet again, so it would cool them down in 4 hours. Let them cool, pop them out, and literally just take a vegetable peel and peel it out. And that was like the bacon for the vegan BLT was the smoked coconut.
Interesting.
So it would be like club sandwich. So you have a tomato veganese was the mayo, bib lettuce, tomatoes, the smoked coconut bacon.
What's that taste like?
It almost, after a while, because I would literally just snack on it sometimes because it was just room temperature. Once it was smoked, it was cured. It almost tastes like a sweet beef jerky after a while.
Oh, shit.
In a weird way. Because, like, it was super smoked. Like, it was dark. It took a little bit to, like, get into it, like, to bite it because it was, like, how dense it was in a way. But, yeah, it literally, it was cool. But it was a pain in the ass to make. But it was cool.
That sounds good.
It does sound good.
I like coconut.
Yeah, that restaurant was actually on that Triple D show.
Okay.
So you can still find that episode, and he does that, the chef.
Dinner drives in and dives. I was just hanging out.
Oh, that's the Guy Fieri show, right?
Yeah.
I was hanging out with Chef Gino. He works for Flavor Town. He works for Chef.
Oh.
He works for him. I was hanging out with him Saturday at the Scranton Market.
Yeah, that's cool.
For a chili cook-off. It was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing people you meet sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, so you know what's funny too about the vegan food? I don't mind some vegan food. Depends on what it is. They just want to use the meat names though.
Oh, I know.
They want to be no meat.
Yeah.
Meat's so bad for you, but
Vegan chicken
it's
sausage.
okay when you're marketing it though, and you want to sell it though. You'll call it chicken. You'll say it's beef. You'll put blood in there. You know what I mean? You want to be beef.
Yeah.
How about you just be beef?
Yeah.
Organic, grass-fed beef, 1 ingredient. Vegan beef, 17 ingredients.
Yeah.
Why? Anyways, all right. What was your next spot? Are we almost way to the Stegmaier?
We're getting there.
Would you come back to PA?
So
northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So then I moved out of Philly, 2017, and then I moved to the Poconos. I worked at Skytop for a whole season.
Okay.
From March until about October, and then I came back to the back mountain, and then started working at the Beaumont Inn out in Dallas.
Just drove by there for the first time.
Yeah.
I was up. We went to the Pizza Hut in Tunkhannock.
Oh, they still have that's still
They're
open.
like the
Pizza
last
Hut classic.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll show you pictures. I'm gonna start posting this week. Incredible experience.
Everybody says that's like the only
Sorry for the
Pizza
detour,
Hut
that, but
is.
incredible experience.
Nah, it's funny.
We drove past the Beaumont there.
Yeah. I used to wrestle up at Tunkhannock School. We'd always go over to the Pizza Hut to eat after, like in between or whatever. So I'd always.
You know Joe Wascavage? He owns Sinfully Sweet.
No,
He's from Dallas.
Oh,
That's who I
okay.
was hanging out with.
Yeah.
He bought me cookies. He gave the ladies in Pizza Hut my cookies though. Joe, you owe me 2 cookies, Joe. 2 cookies you owe me.
That's too funny.
Great time.
Yeah.
Great time. Sorry, go ahead.
No worries. And then I worked in that hospitality group for about 6 years, 6.5 years, bounced around, and then hired as the executive chef at Greco South in Nanticoke in 2021.
Greco's South. Greco's from Pittston. That
Yeah,
was your second
so
location?
that
I
was-
didn't realize
yeah,
that. I love the
so-
South name behind that. That's great. That's clever.
Yeah. So we took some of the recipes and dishes from Greco's, and then some of just my things. It's classic red sauce Italian place, Greco. So it was that. And then that got turned into Salt and Pepper Pub just because it wasn't. I mean, it was a Nanticoke. It wasn't doing the best.
Okay.
They actually demolished the plot. The building no longer exists right now. And then bounced around all through that hospitality group, and then got approached for this job probably right around this time last year, maybe in middle of November, for the Stegmaier. It took me a while to just decide where I wanted to take the position. I was the sous chef at the Beaumont Inn working for Chef Jeff, amazing guy, amazing chef, still a good friend of mine. But I was just very comfortable in the position I was in. And to be honest with you, I don't think I would have ever been executive chef again in that organization just because of some of the stuff that's happened in the past. And I just wanted to branch back out and just see if I can actually do this and like push it myself. And I've known Sheila, our hospitality director, from the past too. And, trust her, believe in her. Started working for John back in February, and he's great to work for. Does like whatever you need, that type of owner.
He seems like that. I met him on Saturday for the first time.
Yeah.
He just has that. Seems like he was. I got you.
He just genuinely
he just seems he cares.
Yeah, he genuinely
He
cares.
seems like he seems like he really, really cares about it.
Yeah.
And he cares about his people too.
Yeah.
Like him and
Yeah.
Sheila,
That's
Channing,
huge.
all of our leaders.
That's huge,
They
yeah.
really care about, and they invest in us. And, Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
huge. That's great.
Yeah. So then I said I accepted the position. I said started February 3rd. Yeah. I mean, just wanted to see how far like I can just push myself and just keep on learning. It's a tough industry. It's a tough position to be in. You have to be dedicated. There's a lot of hours that no one sees that you're there. Obviously you're missing holidays with family, all the stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't have kids. I have a girlfriend. She has 2 kids. So if I had kids, I think it would be a lot harder just in the position that I'm in right now. Like, it's very, I can't imagine, like, I don't know how people do it that have kids and a wife and they're a chef and you're working 60 hours a week and come home and cut the grass and do all that stuff. Like it's a lot for someone. It's like a lot. But that being said, like I love the industry. Like I absolutely love what I do. I don't ever wake up and be like, shit, I have work today. Like that doesn't ever cross my mind.
You have to love it to do it.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over again.
Special time. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate
You took a leap. And
Yeah.
Seems to be working out really well.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
If you wake up every day and you don't look at it as work, that's a win right there.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like. Your turn, Brianna.
I started out in hospitality. I was like 14, and my friend's sister worked at Convention Hall in Pittston.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We
And
used to have our little league. Oh, is that place still open?
no, that's like
didn't think
North.
so,
What is
right?
it? Northeast I or something?
It was in like
knocked
it was in
down.
like an industrial. It's in like an industrial park, kind of, right?
No, it was just
Oh.
by itself there. So like, you know where the old Walmart is on Oak Street?
That's exactly
So
where it
right
is, yeah.
past the old Walmart there on the left. It's a Vision place now. I don't
Okay.
know what.
Oh, I know.
but-
I get picture. You don't remember going like we used to have our little league. Only time I've ever
everything,
been there
yeah.
was our little league banquets,
All the
and
Little
they
League,
did
all the-
family style, and it was
Always.
always family style. I remember. I'm sitting at the
Chicken,
table
beef,
now,
mashed potatoes,
and pasta.
pasta. Yep.
I've been thinking about it all week long leading. I was young. I'm like, I can't wait to eat that fucking family style buffet.
That's where I developed my love of red sauce on mashed potatoes.
Yes, me too. That has to be the origins.
It is because when we worked there, we'd always be. It was a
man.
very very busy banquet
Yes.
hall, and we would work. There's days I would work doubles, triples.
I didn't
like,
remember it
frequently.
being in Pittston. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was in
I'm
Pittston.
flashback
Street.
there so bad.
But they make fun of me at work because I'll like,
shit.
Jared, can I have mashed potatoes? And I put marinara sauce on them. I'm like, this is for me eating. I didn't eat meat when
Yeah.
I was in high school. And that was for me, like, rushing at work to eat. I'd always eat pasta and the mashed potatoes. And
With
they'd
some
run.
marinara on your mashed potatoes. Shit.
I turned some of my front of house people onto it. They're like, oh, it's so good. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, it is. Oh, so you're 14.
Yeah, so I
you got
started
stuck
there.
you got stuck into the business.
Yeah, well, there was like
Really
this big
early.
event,
Yeah.
and so then I stayed there up until I was in my 20s. I mean, I quit and a couple times, got
Sure.
fired a couple times. It was
That was my Marvelous Most career.
Yeah,
I got fired a lot and I quit a lot, but still worked there for 12 years.
yeah, that's how it was there. It was an interesting work environment, but my leaders there were great. Like I remember there was Paula, Patrice, they were wonderful, and I just progressed. I liked that. And then when I was in college, I worked at Petro Truck Stop.
Fuck yeah. Well, I get buffet
Yeah,
all day.
Yeah, yep. And they used to. It was real busy then. Like the staircase in Pittston was still open, and I worked third shift, so we'd have on weekend nights we'd have lines out the door, 3-4 security officers.
Give me that
on.
bacon buffet all day.
I used to.
What year was that? You remember?
Oh God! Like I graduated in 98, 99-ish.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
I wasn't 21 just yet.
yeah, 98, 99. I turned 21 in
Real-
2000.
Real funny Pedro story real quick. We're there. I don't know what time it was, 2, 3 in the morning, drinking. We're out having the breakfast buffet. And my friend just sparks up a joint right at the table. I go, what are you doing? He goes, you think anybody fucking cares that we're smoking this joint? I go, we're going to find out. And we pass it around. You know what's hysterical? I have the video on a file in my phone from my old flip phone. I must have emailed it to me back in the day. And one day, You're just laying there one night. You're like, let me go through all my old saved emails, right? Go all the way back to day one. You're just like, wow. And I'm like, what is this? Click on it. And my friend, there's smoking. He goes, this is some dirty swag. He goes, she's smoking. Petrol was crazy in the back of the day.
Insane.
It was crazy. There should have been more cops there than there were. Because there was never
cops, security
You ever
guards.
experienced Petro in the middle of the night?
No.
Brian, you ever experienced it? Drunk in the middle of the night, Petro? Buffet?
It was wild.
What's that?
Eddie's.
Oh yeah,
Designer.
I was all for it, so it was always Petro was even out of the way sometimes.
There
Or
would
Chick's
be
Diner.
lines out the door.
Yes.
It was crazy.
The fucking iron skillet. All right, go ahead. I'm nostalgia overload here. Convention Hall, you got me. What happened with Convention Hall? Why they go out of business?
So the owners, one of them passed, and they ended up selling it. They sold it to the people who owned Montage at the time.
Okay, say
this
no more.
was way back.
Say no more.
And
If it was those, not the owners of Montage now.
No, it was the old.
No, the ones that took over and changed the name.
Yeah.
And
think
butchered
so.
it. Yeah. Anyways, we'll move on from that.
And
Montage survived that though. The new owners are great up there. They do a lot of stuff.
yeah, I've heard great things.
Especially the ski
my brother
season.
deals with them
they
a
put
lot.
those
He has
they
a
put those
restaurant.
state of the art snow guns in there. And it's like a winter wonderland up there. It's amazing when you go in the summertime and the water slides are there. And then those are all covered by snow in
Yeah.
the wintertime. That's a crazy scene, right? You ever been up there?
No.
You never experienced Montage Mountain?
I mean, I've concert and stuff.
Oh, okay,
I've never
okay.
been to the water park. And
Water park's really nice for this area. It's a little expensive.
I'm not
Sunday,
a
it's
water girl.
$100 for 3 people to get in there. It's $30,
Really?
$30 a pass. And I'm not sure if that's expensive. I don't know what to compare it to, but it is very nice for the area. But during the week, it's extremely cheap. So there's a give and take.
Yeah.
So Convention Hall,
So I
you
was
shut
at
that
Convention
down.
Hall.
You shut that down. 'Cause
No,
you
I
weren't
wasn't there
I'm
when
kidding.
they closed.
You ate too much mashed
Well,
potatoes
wait till we
and
get
sauce.
into yeah.
Oh, we got
so
some more
good.
spicy stories coming up?
Well, no, so I left. I mean, I
I'm
worked
ready
at
for more
Petro,
nostalgia.
and then I worked. I just bounced around through a bunch of different places as a server, bartender. I got married, had kids. I didn't really work in the industry much. Why my ex-husband worked. My kids were all premature, so I was home taking care of them.
Okay.
And then, life happened, and I got divorced, and I just, I went back to what I knew. I went to college for journalism and communications. Wasn't exactly a great idea.
I went to college, the restaurant business too. What happened?
Yeah,
I
I
stayed in
used
the
to
restaurant
stay in the
business while I was in
restaurant
college, and then I graduated. I'm like, let's just stay in the restaurant business
Yeah.
even longer.
Yeah, and then I went to cosmetology school. I went to school to be a teacher for cosmetology. I decided I hated that. So when I got divorced and I needed to work, I just went back to restaurants and I served. I was a lead server. I bounced around at a couple places around here. I worked up at Skytop. And then I took a job as my banquets was my strong background.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of experience with banquets. I worked at Genetti's for a little bit, and so I applied for a job up at a country club in Clark Summit. As I applied as for the restaurant manager, and at the same time that day they were getting ready to post a job for a banquet manager. And so I accepted that and then became like the event coordinator quickly after I started, and then was promoted to like the assistant food and beverage manager. And I just always loved the industry. So from there I left there. That was country clubs are a tough industry. They're very, very difficult to work in.
What makes it difficult?
You have like 700 different bosses, and they all think they know what's best when none of them know what they're talking about with food and beverage. Pretty much.
Yeah,
I'm not being rude.
No,
I'm just saying,
you're right.
like,
You're right. No, I understand.
this
that.
industry,
I understand
the
that.
things that,
Yeah.
and another thing I've learned, like I've had managers who worked under me or that I've worked with that went to school and have these degrees in hospitality.
And no experience.
And they think they come in and they think, oh, well, this is going to work and this is going to work. And this, like in the industry we work in, the things you think that are going to work, it's usually a total opposite. Like it's you have to have the experience, and you can't teach what you learn coming up in the industry, right? That's something that can't be taught.
I worked with a chef. He was fresh out of the Culinary Institute of America. He never worked in a restaurant. He was 20, 21, 22. Went from high school to Culinary Institute. Never worked in the restaurant before. Gets a chef job. He can't make a fucking cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Can't make a cheeseburger. I mean, it's rare. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. You could tell that it's rare.
Yeah.
So the experience. Did you go to school to be a chef?
I did
you
not.
You learned in the restaurant, and
Yeah.
look, you're a head chef of a
Yeah.
fine dining establishment. You learn so much in the industry, just like you said, Brianna.
Yeah, we
That's
both
where you
came
learn
up
it.
in
it's the school of hard knocks in a way. You learn more than you're going to learn than you're going to learn in school.
And it's like that practical experience, like when, when you're, when it's chaotic and crazy, you have to be a chaotic and crazy person, I think, to just be able to
flip the switch and handle it.
And just figure out solutions. Like I remember one time at the club, we had this, it was like one of our big events and our whole POS system went down. None of the tickets were printing. I'm on the phone with like our IT department on one ear. I'm on the phone with our club management system on the other. And finally I was just like, screw this. I like hung up the phones and just figured out a solution, The chef I worked with there, he was really great. We were both very solution oriented. And we just like started handwriting tickets and run upstairs and photocopy.
What else are you going to do?
You just make it work,
What else are you going to do? There's nothing else. No computers?
But that's something that can't be taught. You know what I mean? You only learn that by coming up and like being thrown into the flames and having to figure it out. And so then I left the club and I went and managed a great little spot up in Moscow called the Blue Shutters, Elmhurst actually. Great little restaurant. I went in there after their executive chef, who was a back of house GM. He left, and it was great, but I was like bored. Coming from like a place where I was over, like there was a restaurant, and there's the halfway house on the golf course, the food shop, the events, crazy events and banquets are crazy. Especially when it's busy. And I was just like bored, and I was just looking for something else, something to something more exciting, something where I can, use my what I consider my expertise in banquets and events. And, Jordan, our sous chef, actually, I worked with him at the country club and he came to the Blue Shutters and worked for me there as well. And like a week before I applied for the job that I'm at, at the Stegmaier, him and I were in the kitchen talking about like the Basilega Hospitality Group and all the things, they're doing and how we would both love to get in with that company. And I had actually applied for another job at Terra 519, which is our like modern fine dining spot in Scranton. And like the day I applied, the next day it came down, which obviously I knew they had already hired somebody, and him and I were talking about it. And about a week and a half later, I was just scrolling through Indeed, and I saw that the group was hiring. And it actually, when I applied, it was in September of last year, and they didn't. It didn't even say where it was going to be. It just said that they hadn't closed on the property yet, so they couldn't reveal that. And I applied, and Channing, our senior general manager, I had a video interview like the next day, and I remember I said to my boyfriend, I'm like, babe, I did really good on that interview. Like, I felt good about it, Like, I just feel like we kind of clicked. Like, Channing, Sheila, me, we're all the type who, all of our GMs, they're all people who, like, we get it, and we're willing to do whatever needs to be done to make it work. And we've all, like, come up in the industry, And, so I had that interview. And then I had heard, I have a lot of connections in the industry. I know a lot of people, and a couple of people I know are like, I think that John's buying the Stegmaier Mansion in Wilkes-Barre. And I kept, I knew it was in Wilkes-Barre. That's all I knew. And so I had a pretty good idea. And then my second interview, it was confirmed. It was on site. It was at the mansion. And that went really well. That was with Channing and Sheila. And then I did like a working interview in December and was offered the job a few weeks later. And, I was just really excited to take it on. I don't think I realized I've never... Like the Blue Shutters, I kind of revamped when I started there. It was, the chef, we were still working off an old menu. He opened another place and mimicked the menu to a T. And, there was some kitchen staff issues. So I right after the holidays, I hired a whole new kitchen staff. We wrote a whole new menu, revamped the whole kitchen, designed a whole new kitchen to be more efficient. And so that was like a little teaser of what was to come, I guess, at the Stegmaier. Like, we did that all in 3 weeks. That was freaking wild. But, real wild. But, and then, starting at the Stegmaier, I don't think I realized what would go into opening a place from the ground up. But, I mean, it's been a learning experience. It's been a great experience. We have a great team, Jared and I. We really do have a great team. We have great leadership, and it's been a wild ride, but we're super excited for what's to come.
Genoa Wholesale Foods, supplying quality since 1947. For over 75 years, Genoa Wholesale Foods has been your trusted partner for premium food supplies. Specializing in services to pizzerias, Genoa also caters to restaurants, bakeries, delis, and bars throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. They proudly offer a blend of both private label and national brands, helping you find the perfect products to meet your restaurant needs. With local deliveries and the care of a family-owned business, they are committed to making your success their priority. Choose Genoa Wholesale Foods for reliable, top-quality restaurant supplies that keep your business running smoothly. Genoa Wholesale Foods, locally owned and operated for 3 generations. Call Genoa today at 570-823-6142 or visit them online at www.genoafoods.com. The whole staff was fantastic when me and Mike were there.
Yeah, they're good.
So we'll go back to the chef. What are some, when you're putting the menu together, now was the menu put together for you? Is this your menu?
Completely my menu.
Okay, so what are some, besides the French onion soup, which was the best I ever had?
Good to hear.
He was trying to tell me it wasn't good. I'm like, listen, people have told me it's the best. He's like, I've had this
few
French
bites.
onion soup at this diner.
It took a few bites. It took for me to lean my body the proper way so my nose clears up a little bit so I get the full flavors. You know what I mean? I have to get my deviated septum fixed in my nose. It's getting worse. But if I'm the right way, I get the proper taste of everything. But the French onion soup just kept on coming. I'm like, this is fucking great. This is really, really great. What are some iconic dishes that belong on a menu in a fine dining establishment?
One of our biggest sellers that we have, and kind of already cemented as like a staple that may not leave like ever. So we have a Chilean sea bass Milanese. It's probably my favorite thing on the menu. Just the fish is absolutely delicious by itself.
Mine too.
She built it up.
I told him.
I like steak,
Yeah.
but I should have got the sea bass.
Should have. I tried to
I
tell
forgot
you
my
guys.
steak too. My
did?
leftover steak. I forgot it.
You should have told us.
I know I should have came back in, but I was already outside.
Oh, I think the Flora told you left it on the table.
Yeah, I
didn't you, the
did.
bag. Flora
She was
told
great.
me. Yeah,
She was
good.
really nice. Yeah. So iconic menu items.
So I said one of our biggest sellers, the biggest seller we have is our filet mignon. That's our biggest sellers. We just pulled all the numbers since we opened. So that's statistically our biggest seller. Our second is the Chilean sea bass, which I think is pretty cool because around here, I feel like most places that have fish on the menu, it's like salmon's always the number one seller. It's not the case for us. Our Chilean sea bass sells more than the salmon, which is, I think it's cool. I think it's a good look for us. So the dish itself is a little French influence and a little Italian influence as well. So Milanese is usually chicken or pork, and it's usually, pounded thin, pan fried. Obviously, we're not flattening the fish down or breading it or anything like that. So we're just searing the fish itself, and then we have an arugula panko that goes over top of the fish. So that's like the breading for the Milanese. And then
arugula is so good.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
And on the bottom of the plate will be a lemon beurre blanc, which would be the French influence. So we take some shallots, some white wine, lemon juice, pretty much reduce it down to nothing, and just fold in a bunch of cold butter, add some salt, so it has a nice citrusy, buttery, velvety texture to it, the beurre blanc itself.
It's amazing.
And that's on the bottom of the plate. And then around it, we have roasted new baby potatoes that are just tiny little potatoes, confit herb roasted tomatoes, and then arugula, and then some pecorino romano cheese around it. And usually you don't mix cheese with fish, but just a little bit with the Milanese. And so
It's just unbelievable.
Sounds great.
So good.
yeah. And then we have the ribeye, which I think you had,
I had the
right?
ribeye. Yeah, the
so-
lobster ribeye, lobster mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Fuck, yeah, so good.
Yeah, so we have the 20 ounce, and then we have a 32 ounce shareable. We said with the lobster claw mashed potatoes, the cowboy butter. We just changed it, and that has Brussels sprouts now. You had it was with asparagus. So we
Okay.
just changed our menu last week.
Okay.
So we're on our fall menu, third menu now, fall menu. Chicken dish, I would say, is a huge seller, and just the quality of the chicken that we're bringing in is just like top notch. It's La Brea Farms out of New York, and then they're just the quality, as I said, of the chicken that's coming in is just great. Like they take care of the chicken, the way it's raised, everything like that.
Is it like air dried or something? I was reading.
Yeah,
about
they
it.
aired. It's how the last steps for, it's not cured, but just how they dry it, I guess.
I understand.
Yeah, it's just, and then we herb brine our chicken. Super simple, but just brine it for about a day, and that just really impacts like all the flavor for the dish itself. For that dish for the fall, we have a carrot timbale, which is, so we take carrot ribbons and we'll wrap them up really tight until it looks like about a coin, maybe, I don't know, a small bagel size. and we'll sear it for about 5-6 minutes each side, just in some brown butter, and then we'll deglaze it with soy and honey, so it kind of gets like caramelized on top of the carrot.
That sounds great.
And we'll actually finish it with a little bit of demi-glace to give it some richness again in the oven. So we'll have the chicken cut on the outside, the timbale carrot in the center, and then it gets all pollute or sage marble sauce. So all pollute is just like a chicken demi, and then we actually thicken it with the xanthan gum, or like prehydrated xanthan. So when we add the oil, it physically looks like marble because the xanthan gum doesn't allow the oil to like mix into the all pollute sauce.
Yeah.
So when it sits on the table on the plate for after about 30 seconds, like it will start to rise to the top, and it literally looks like marble because of the xanthan gum
that's pretty
in
cool.
it. And it's just aesthetically pleasing, and it's delicious too.
Love that.
Yeah.
Everything is so good. I don't. I mean, there's our menus. It's a little like we keep it a little small intentionally and we run some really cool features. But like, there's not one thing on our menu that people don't just love. Everything's really delicious.
It was everything you brought out. It was funny. I laughed about it when me and Mike still joke about it when we had that little spoon fried rice. Was it?
Yeah, the boosh boosh.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yes.
Right. But initially, when we brought, like, oh, we're gonna get hooked up with today, right? With that, because that maybe it was just us getting that, right? Then like 20 minutes later, see that table again. I go, we weren't that special, were we? It was so.
You got the
fun.
cheese
We
board,
did get the cheese board though, but it was just I cracked up over the fried. It was so funny the way I was like, wait a minute, they're getting the fried rice too. That's the way our reaction.
Yeah.
But then you brought out the cheese and the fruit platter.
Yes.
One, I have the jam was marmalade. What was the flavor?
The apricot.
Apricot.
Yeah,
I have that in my house now.
Awesome.
Apricot jam. I literally will sit there sometimes with a jar and a spoon on my couch.
It's one of my favorite
eat
jams.
Yeah, but it's really good on the English muffin. So, but then the blue cheese was the star of the platter. I'm looking at it and I'm like, because I've talked about hating blue cheese 1,000 times, right? I'm looking at it and I'm like, I have to try it.
And Flora comes running into the kitchen. She's like, "Oh my God, Brie, that guy, the podcast guy, there's blue cheese on the cheese board, and he doesn't like blue cheese. Apparently, it's a big thing on his podcast."
I'm like, "Well,
she
was
there's
funny.
other cheese."
She cracked me up.
She's a piece of work. I love her. She's a riot. She's so funny.
So I'm like, I gotta fucking try it. So I got the cracker and I got the cheese, and the reason the video is the way it was is I'm eating it. I'm like, I have nowhere to spit this out. It wasn't a matter of am I going to spit this out?
Yeah.
Where am I spitting this
Yeah.
out? And all I had was the cloth napkin that I dropped on the floor 1,000 times. And it was probably on the floor. I'm like, I got nowhere to spit this. I can't spit it out on the plate, right? So I'm like, all right, let's go in. And I bit into it. I was like, I'm crumbling the crackers everywhere because I anticipated it being horrible. Then the first bite, there was no flavor. And then the next one, I got hit with like the creaminess of it, and it tasted nothing like blue cheese I've had. And I asked Flora, right?
Yeah.
I go, why does this taste so good? Because it's good blue cheese. I'm like, oh, the Valley, this has real shitty blue cheese.
She's like, because it's good blue
It's good.
cheese.
So everything went really well on that platter. It was really, I
Awesome.
appreciate that. Yeah, it was really, really, really good. I haven't shared that platter yet, but I will this week because our episode's coming out this Thursday.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
like in 2 days?
Episode 75.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah,
Nice.
we had some, every once in a while, we get some scheduling mix-ups where the recordings, people, I had to cancel sometimes. About to cancel. Life happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is our, third attempt at finally sitting down, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
shit happens and we get busy. People get sick. This other stuff happens. So, but yeah, it worked out where this would be episode 75 for this Thursday coming up.
Nice.
So right before Halloween. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So I have most of the footage from, I didn't take a lot of footage inside the mansion. I just felt like it was the wrong time to get up and go like this.
Yeah.
But in reality, I don't think anybody would have gave a shit.
Yeah, you got some good footage when you came for the tour,
we got some, exactly. We have that, but I have some, I'm going to do a voiceover with the food. That's what I'm talking about. But people that were sitting around this, they could have cared less. I could have probably stood on the table and did a video. They were just sat there and ate their food. Everyone seemed at peace.
Yeah.
There was no rush. You said you don't do a turnover. So
No, we don't. Well, actually, I did have to turn a table this week for the first
that's good
time.
though. That's
Yeah.
good though. I mean,
But
if you're purposely not looking to push people out, that's an experience. We're going to get into a part that people were making comments about things about the mansion, about the dinner. So when they were like, these are worth the price. I got DMs about that.
Really?
And I got DMs about that. And I got messages on the
I saw the
posts.
messages on the post
Like,
because I actually replied
Yeah.
to a couple.
got a couple DMs. Like, is it really worth it? I'm like, you have to understand something. My first taste of fine dining was when I worked at Roots Chris in the casino when they first opened. So we got trained the way we had to serve, everything like that. So it was my first taste of fine dining. And after I ate the food there, and after I see how they made it, I see how it came in to the kitchen, how fresh it was. Talk about the chicken that you bring in from where? From New York, right? Yeah. You could buy chicken down the street if you really want to. You're not just paying for the food. You're paying for the preparation of it. You're paying for the chefs, the cooks that they bring in, the servers that they bring in to serve you the way that they're serving you, the way this place looks, the silverware you're using, the plates,
the ingredients.
Exactly. You're every single thing is made in house. The dressing that you're having, that Caesar salad, and what was the guy's name that made the dressing for us? He said he was the event manager.
Our banquet manager, Joshua.
Joshua was a great guy. He was sitting there, he's bullshitting with us, but he was there for at least 10 minutes making that dressing. It had to be at least that. Mm-hmm. So think about the freshness of that, the quality of that, but then you're getting a little bit of a show. You go into the Stegmaier, you walk in, the piano's playing.
It's not just dinner; it's an experience. Not just.
I've said that. I said that when I worked at Roots Chris when I was a little bit younger. I'm like, yeah, that other stuff costs money, but it's the prime cut. Oh, that's the same ribeye at Longhorn. It's not.
It's not.
The filet might be.
Our filet isn't our filet.
Yeah, we use all prime.
Right. So what I'm saying, prime fillets are very hard to get, right? So that's again another reason why it costs what it has. And prime fillets are not the easiest to get, correct?
We get them. It's just the price.
Right. But I'm saying, I'm saying, I know Roots Chris was on record saying that they use a lot of choice fillets because they were hard to get. They have to charge more, but everything else was prime. Yeah. So that prime T-bone, that prime ribeye at Roots Chris is not the same cut.
No.
At Longhorn, no. It's just not. It's just not. And why am I paying $12 for mashed potatoes? Because they're in the back peeling the potatoes, smashing them up, and making them homemade. Yeah. They're not coming in a bag, being squeezed out into a hot box and served to you. Yeah. That's why you pay $3. Even these diners now, or some diners in the area, $7 for French fries.
Jesus.
Oh, we have one. Wow. We have one locally. $7. I will never go back there. $7 for a side of French fries. The glider was $3.75. That's not bad. Big order of French fries. Yeah. But this other place, $7 for French fries. That's outrageous.
Yeah, and probably not paying for the experience.
You're not paying for the experience there.
Well, that's what it is like about the mansion. Like, even as far as fine dining goes, like there's fine dining and mansion dining is a whole thing in its own. And I didn't even know that until I went down the rabbit hole.
That's actually my next, because you train the servers in a certain type of service, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I wanted. You brought it up. Perfect timing.
Oh, well.
Yeah, perfect timing.
So like mansion dining is a level of fine dining that's like old school fine dining. Like, did you have the bread service? I don't remember.
I didn't have any bread.
You didn't have the bread?
I didn't have any bread.
So I
was waiting for it.
We have the butlered bread service where our bread butler comes around and it's like this beautiful antique tray. And there's 3 different types of bread that's baked fresh every day by our pastry chef. And, a lot of people will comment on, you shouldn't be charging for bread. Well, I mean, if we were getting like a loaf of Italian bread.
I would have had to order that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that. No, we didn't get that. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but I ordered the bread. Oh, okay, I understand that. Yeah, that would have been great.
It's not an automatic thing. It's a service, but you're not just getting like a basket of cut bread on your table with
give me
with
a basket
butter.
Of national rolls. I'll fucking eat that. That's gourmet to me. Give me a nice fancy basket of like national hard rolls cut in half. Some spicy butters and stuff like that.
National hard rolls with butter and peanut butter. I love.
I never tried that, but that sounds fantastic.
You've got to. Yeah.
I made we're going to stay on national rolls. I went down to the Philly Taste Festival in 04. The morning before that one thing we did something with Channel 16, and he made food. So at 6:30 a.m. he has the gnocchis made. I made a gnocchi sandwich, national hard roll, just delivered from National, butter, and gnocchis on top, and I just ate the shit out of that at 6:30 in the morning. Sorry, go ahead.
Die.
Yeah.
So what was I? So so we have the bread service. Mm-hmm. So you're getting so she'll do like a focaccia, some kind of a biscuit or a roll. This week we had, like this last month, we had a rosemary and sea salt focaccia,
Ooh, I bet that was
sourdough
great.
loaf, and then like a garlic breadstick.
I missed out on this.
Yeah.
I'll eat bread all day.
Yeah, the bread service is next level. And so yeah, you're paying for it, but it's also the whole time it's coming around and it's warm and it's served fresh, and you're getting like a high grade imported olive oil that we mix with, we season it in house with herbs, and then you're getting the bread that we whip in, or the butter that we whip in house, and it's flavored in house. So it's not like, like listen, I love some Italian bread with butter, but it's like the next level. It's like your bread you're getting for free on crack,
I got that. So yeah, you said the bread service is throughout the whole meal.
Yeah, if you order
if I'm
it,
having
you get
a
it through the whole
salad,
meal.
if I'm having a salad, call the bread guy over, get some bread for my salad.
You don't even have, they just come.
Take a little break.
They just come around.
Bring some more over for dinner, for my soup. I love it.
And it's $6 per person. So
oh my God, it's a steal.
Yeah.
You would think that we were asking people to pay $5 million for bread. People get so like offended about the pay, but like
you could eat as much as you want too.
Like,
if you're going to go,
you
have to expect to spend money when you go to a fine dining establishment.
Yeah. And like our servers, like, I'm sure you experience. So, like when between every course, they're clear. I have this like acronym that Sheila came up with, FCCM, Fire Clear Crumb Me's.
Give me the crumber, baby.
Yeah, they clear your course. They fire your next course. They crumb your table. You're getting fresh silverware for every course. We offer the tableside Caesars. Our drink menu is next level. You're getting, if you order a smoked Manhattan or a smoked old fashioned, it's getting smoked tableside. We're putting the garnishes on tableside. These are things that you just don't find in dining, especially in this area, And, the tableside Caesar you talked about, like where are you going to go and have a tableside Caesar made and have it taste as good? It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's delicious.
So you're not just paying to come and have a meal, and you're not being rushed either. Like we have these little self-guided tour pamphlets that we give all of our guests, and the server gives them to that at the beginning of the meal, and we invite them, after dinner, go walk around the mansion, take your drink, sit upstairs in the stag room. We're doing pop-up bars on the 3rd floor now. We did one for Halloween. We called it Mischief Nights at the Mansion, and it actually went over really well. It did. It went well, and it's like, we did Halloween-themed drinks, some Halloween-themed tapas. So it was decorated beautiful for Halloween, and, like spooky music. It's dark. It was in that, the wooden room on the 3rd floor, in that cool little room. And then on Friday nights, I had a tarot reader. On Saturday nights, I had a crystal ball scryer. So there, you're getting a whole experience. We don't want to rush people out.
That's
even
cool.
when we do events, like we're doing a Gatsby wine dinner on November 12th. It's going to be great Gatsby themed. Like, what a great
I'm still thinking about, is there still tickets available for that?
There is,
I'm still flirting with, is that Saturday night?
It's on a Wednesday, that one. A Wednesday night. It's
do that. What time to start on a Wednesday?
I think 6
Okay.
o'clock.
Okay.
And then the following week, we're doing a bourbon dinner. You're getting a 5-course, bourbon dinner, tapas style with bourbon pairings with every course. We're open for Thanksgiving. We're open for Christmas Eve. We're doing an after party for New Year's. I'm doing a breakfast with Santa December 7th. I have a really beautiful like horse-drawn carriage ride company coming out, and
that's great.
People they're coming. They pay for their ticket, and their ticket's going to include like we're going to have a reindeer food making station, ornament making, letters to Santa, which
December 6th,
7th.
7th.
Yeah, which I plan to respond to all the letters, but that's very ambitious of me. So we'll see how that works out. We're going to do caroling. Like we're going to have a choir director. One of our staff members, Nate, his mom's a choir director. And so she's going to come and she's going to take the kids. They're going to carol down to the Frederick. I'm creating like a Victorian storybook that's going to be a scavenger hunt for the kids to find clues at both mansions. And then if they complete the scavenger hunt, they can come. And then for an additional, Santa will be there. People can take pictures with Santa, or they can get a professional photo for a fee. The horse-drawn carriage ride is an additional fee. They're not, getting something like that in isn't cheap per se. Mm-hmm. So rather than charge everyone, so there's tickets for that available, and they're going to drive, go right around the block, turn at the Y there, come around the block and bring them back. So, that's, these are we're trying to create experiences, for people. And at the same time, I think that our pricing is actually reasonable for what we offer. A lot of people say it's expensive, but the majority of people who come and have the experience, they just love it. And you're not going to get anything like it in this area. There's nothing like it, not open to the public at least. There might be some private club experiences maybe, but it's just next level. And where else do you get, like you sat in the solarium, and granted, that's a beautiful room. Everybody loves the solarium, but like no matter where you sit, you're sitting in history, and that's what I always say. Like, you're not coming just for dinner. You're coming to experience history and become a part of that, because it's next level what we are offering. It really is.
A lot of times people just don't understand because they don't want to. They don't like
and
it.
we're also in northeastern
It's not for
Pennsylvania.
them.
Like dining is growing in NEPA. I think the levels of fine dining. I think that our hospitality group has a lot to do with that. Like John's doing a lot of really cool, innovative things. Sheila Channing, our director and our senior general manager, have a lot of great ideas, and executing them but there's so many great places to experience dining in northeastern Pennsylvania. But in the past, it's like, when I was a kid, what are you doing out? You're getting pizza. Like, and believe me, I love pizza.
Yeah.
And
chicken sometimes.
Yeah. But
I eat pizza every night.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I just think that, as the dining scene grows in northeastern Pennsylvania, I think that we're able to set a standard. And if people come and experience that for themselves, then they're going to want that standard, because you're just not, it's a level you're not going to experience anywhere else.
I agree. So a small example of something coming to the area is that new club that Chris is, guy that hosts Loop Internet. He's building that. I always pronounce
Mosaic.
Yes, thank you. The Mosaic, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
when I saw
cool.
the plans for that, I'm like, this is incredible, right?
And he's young too.
I'm looking at the pictures. I go, this is like Recovery Central right here. This is everything. I know. For a good example, I'll get into how much because I joined. I'm a founder. I joined it up. I'll get into how much it was, but my buddy Mike joined too. He's like, Brian, he goes, I pay $150 a month for yoga. All right, so think about that, right? $150 a month for yoga. That's going to be included into the membership for this place, right? Yoga studios. Then there's the spa. Then there's the gym. Then there's the salt room. There's massages, right? It's all included. So if I need a massage at 2:30 on a Tuesday, I book it. I'll go there and get it. All included. So the founder's price was $275 a month. You pay the initial deposit. Now I'm a founder. I won't pay anything again until next year, when hopefully it opens up in a year, Chris said. So, but then you get into the comments. You could picture the comments, especially on the Valley page.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, the last thing this place needs is that. The city should be building things more for the community. Well, this is not a city project. All right. This is a private project. And then this goes off and goes off.
You know what?
Goes off and goes off. It drives me fucking crazy.
One of my favorites, and I've seen this because we've had different social media pages come in and tour and do pictures and posts on social media. And I as you probably saw on your post, I go and I'm gonna I'm gonna go in and give people the facts.
That's important to do.
It is, and I've seen a lot of people say like, "Oh, this isn't New York or Philadelphia, or we're in NEPA." Why can't it be like?
Yeah,
why can't we offer something?
What does that mean? It's not New York or Philadelphia. What's your fucking point?
Do you know how many people have come in, and how many times have I told you people have come in and said, or comments, or like we get like our Resi reviews, the reservation platform, and people say they're so happy because people who truly appreciate good food and the experience of a true fine dining, restaurant. They say they're so happy because now you don't have to drive 2 hours to Philadelphia. You don't have to drive 2 hours to New York City. It's right in Wilkes-Barre.
This was New York City.
Why would we want to stay in the dark ages?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I think that it's cool to be part of redefining dining in northeastern Pennsylvania. And I mean, if people don't want to get on board with it, enough people are. Somebody told me, I got a comment. Somebody said. They were in there and everything was fantastic. The food was amazing. The service was amazing. The ambiance was amazing, but there wasn't a lot of people there. And I don't think they'll survive. We'll survive. We're doing it for the right things. John does things for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. We all put our heart and soul into it. And I believe karma is real. And I mean, this weekend was a testament to that. We were really, really busy. And, if you build it, they will come, right? Yeah. Field of dreams. If you build it, they will come.
You got the right team that supports it behind it. And are willing to, if there is early storms, you got to weigh them out. It's got to grow. It's got to get the word out more. More people need to know it's there, and they are. Like you said, you get busier every week.
I had a couple from Illinois travel here it was the husband's 70th birthday, and they traveled to northeastern Pennsylvania specifically because they saw us on the internet and they wanted to experience what we were offering. And those, that's the thing. Like, we're a destination. We have our bed and breakfast. We have people are going to come. Growing any business from the ground up is going to take time. But I think that we've been on the steady up climb, and I have no reservations. I think we're going to do great.
Good for you. So we will circle back to the Frederick Bed and Breakfast opening up this week.
Yeah, we actually already had some guests stay there. So there was a family who had reached out and they wanted to stay while they were in the area, and the lady's her aunt lived there for like 20 years.
Is the mansion there too as well?
Yeah. Oh,
How far from the Stegmaier is it?
What, about 3 blocks?
Oh, to come see
Walking.
Yeah, it's on the same street, like 2-3 blocks up.
Okay.
It's on the corner of Ross Street.
So if I'm looking at the Steg,
South
I'm going down the street to the right. Is this
if you're looking at the to the right, down
The
on the
left is
corner
on
of
the-
Ross
yeah,
Street.
okay.
So we
That's
had
a nice street the Stegmaier is on. It's very peaceful, very clean. The whole block, whole area.
the Wilkes
the
there
whole
and everything.
area is.
So I guess it used to be like, we always say, it used to be like the Broadway of Wilkes-Barre back in the day.
You can tell it was.
Yeah.
Right,
All the
one
affluent
street-
families were.
What's it, one street over from the river? So boom.
Yeah.
boom,
Yep, right in between River and Main.
Incredible. The whole
Yeah.
area is really nice.
Yeah.
I
So
can imagine what it would be like Christmas time with that.
yeah.
With the horse with the carriage.
Yeah, it's
You
gonna
get
be
some
real
fucking
cool.
snow. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Call montage. Bring them to come down with the snow guns. Tell John,
Yeah,
you know
we
what we
need the
need for this
snow.
block? We need some of those snow machines for the block. He'll be like, we'll put them in. We'll put them in.
No, it is. It's going to be really cool, though,
Yeah, it is.
And, the Steg is like our hospitality groups. It's Basilega Hospitality's first project in Luzerne County. Everything else is, in the Scranton area, Oberkin and Moscow. But there's more to come in Luzerne County, and we're really excited, to branch out and, bring our what's the word I'm looking for? Bring your
brand.
Our brand.
Yeah,
Thank
your
you.
brand.
Yeah, bring our brand
what
to
you're building
to
there. Yeah, I
Luzerne
totally get
County.
that. I totally get that.
It's been super successful up in Scranton, and I think I think that our brand would be successful no matter where it led, because we're all doing it for the right reasons, and we all put our heart and soul into everything we do.
Having the right brand, having the right marketing behind it, and the vehicle is social media. It's just driving it everywhere. Yeah. But you have to be loyal to your brand, consistent with it, and that's exactly what you guys sound like you're doing.
Yeah,
it's great for the area. Yeah. All the haters are gonna hate, no matter what. No matter what. They're gonna stupid. Oh, this is not New York. Do you go to New York for fine dining? Are you a regular there?
Yeah.
Is this above you now? People just fire me up.
People who do go to New York for fine dining are thrilled that they don't have to drive to New York now.
People fire me up. It's the same people who think the ribeye is the same at Longhorn at Roots Chris.
Yeah. And that's okay. Listen, here's the reality. Like, I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. And when they were younger, if I was going out to eat, I'm not bringing them to the Stegmaier. You know what I mean? But, if you want to go have a nice meal and you want to have an experience and you want to have truly delicious, exceptional food, exceptional service, and an exceptional time, then why would you not, you're going to pay a little more, for having that kind of experience, but it's worth it.
That's what I told everybody that was DMing me. Be like, you're not just paying for the food. You're not just paying for the food. And the food's not cheap to begin with.
No,
it's not cheap. It's not cheap to begin with. A prime cut is not a cheap cut. But like I said, people are going to hate, but most people are going to love it. And every week, you guys get a little bit busier, and more people find out about it, and they're coming in and having a great experience. Yeah. I was blown away when I saw the initial post about fine dining coming there. I was like, I got to be a part of this. Right over the bridge from my house. So the whole area, Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, fascinating areas for what they used to be. Like I was saying earlier, I said it lightly, but we used to be the New York of the country.
Yeah.
If the cold didn't run out, we would be. We would be. You know what I mean? We helped build America, this whole area.
And that's the other thing too, is like in the things we do, we try to honor like the legacy of Wilkes-Barre and the families that, that made Wilkes-Barre what it once was and what it could easily be again today. Like we have a great partnership. The mayor is great. Like he loves what we're doing.
He's a nice guy.
He is such a nice guy. His whole team is great. They've been so helpful with everything. But like our drink menu is all of our drinks. Like so on our new cocktail menu, there's like a spicy margarita, and Annie called it Fell's Flame is the name of it, and God, I can't remember the guy's first name, but he was the person who in his pub like first burned anthracite to heat the building, and like
Jesse Fell.
Yeah.
How about that?
And so like she like our team is like so invested in what we're doing that they like do that research and they bring it to everything we do. We really want to honor like the legacy of, the Stegmaier family, the legacy of Wilkes-Barre, and we just want to, honor that and do our best to pay homage to that.
You guys are doing exactly that. And I love that you came on the food fight. I think this was I don't want to say final chapter. There's never going to be a final chapter. I'm sure we'll be coming back there, but this was just another chapter in Food Fight Stegmaier story, because we got the tour coming up soon. We're going to post the dining experience. People like me just making fun of my own jeans in front of the building that one day. That was pretty funny. You know what I mean?
We'll have to get you guys over to do a video over at the Fred, the bed and breakfast.
Yeah,
if
that
you're
sounds
interested.
that sounds good.
You step in there and it's like you're walking into 1800s. It's like there's the beautiful gold paintings on the ceiling. Ooh. It's so like with the restaurant, there's things you have to do to make it a functional restaurant and event venue, right? With the bed and breakfast, you're really able to pay even more honor to the integrity of the building, because you can. It's like
to leave it alone,
virtually untouched.
Yeah,
I have to come check it out. Yeah, looking for you. Got a nice suite for me and Brian.
We have several suites.
Okay,
are you guys going to cuddle, you and Brian?
Depends on the bed. What time of the day it is, you know what I mean? It's like, is it cuddle time or is it just chit chat time? Tell me about your day time. It depends on what day it is.
But even there, like eventually we're going to do like teas regularly. We're doing teas at our mansion, which that's like a huge part of mansion dining, is having like high tea. After I've learned more about tea than any one person ever wanted to have to learn. But
the Boston Tea Party, the ultimate food fight. The ultimate food fight.
Yeah, but it's really, it's exciting. And I just think we keep learning, growing and I think we have a great team. Jared and I are pretty good leaders. We work well together. So
awesome.
Exciting.
It was great meeting both of you. Having come on the show. Great story. And then, like I said, more to come. I got some closing questions for both of you. Who wants to go first? Chef, you're up first.
All right, yeah.
All right. What's your favorite food? Chefs get one extra question too, so there's 4 questions for you today.
Do you mean like a dish or like
what's your favorite food?
Pork.
Just pork by itself?
Or just like I can give up.
If you could have what's your absolutely fucking favorite food? Favorite meal? Whatever. What is it?
Probably ribs. Pork ribs. Yeah,
wow.
dude.
First rib answer of 75 episodes. First rib answer. 100%.
Yeah, I love baby back ribs.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What kind of sauce you putting on there? You making it yourself?
Usually not. I like Stubbs.
Okay.
Stubbs barbecue sauce, the original. So like my mom has celiacs for like years. So I grew up eating a lot of gluten-free food. A lot of it obviously is naturally gluten-free. So that was one of the original gluten-free barbecue sauces back in the day before everything was marketed as gluten-free. So kind of grew up eating it and just love it.
Does your mother like sweets?
Yes.
Tell her to check out Sinfully Sweet.
Okay.
Because he does a lot of gluten-free cookies.
Yeah.
Gluten-free pumpkin rolls. Not everything's gluten-free.
Yeah.
But Brian, we had them before. Remember the cookies were gluten-free. I mean, like you couldn't even tell me. They were unbelievable.
Yeah.
There's a great place in Clark Summit too. I can't remember the name of it, but their stuff is like gluten-free, vegan. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So if she wants some sweets,
I'll let her know.
That's the place to go. All right. So that's your favorite food, ribs.
Yeah.
What food could you eat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and not get sick of it? It's your only meal you could eat.
Say tacos.
Don't have any influence from the person next to you.
Like the only I could eat ever?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What is the one meal?
That's tough.
It's weird. It's weird. It's not ribs, right?
Yeah. I mean,
pizza's usually a great answer.
Pizza's good. Tacos are good.
What kind of tacos?
I like al pastor. It's pretty much my favorite taco.
Okay.
Just traditional, spicy pork with the pineapple and everything like that. Let's see. Every day, I know it's going to sound funny, but I could probably eat falafel every day. I know it sounds funny.
That's your permanent meal?
I mean, it wouldn't be a permanent, but like
24/7.
I go through
your life.
I go through phases of like food where like I'll be hammering stuff for months on end.
You get sick of it. You're like, oh, get that away from me. I can't beat that. That's how you about music sometimes. Like I love a song for a month or two.
Yeah.
Then I hear it. Oh, who sings this?
Pizza's a good one though, dude.
Yeah,
pizza.
That's my answer.
Yeah. Pizza.
You're on death row. What would be your last meal?
Jesus.
It can't be Jesus.
No, that'd be weird.
I guess technically in the food fight universe, it could be Jesus if you really want to eat him.
Last meal, I would probably have to say a little homage to my father. Oxtail ossobuco growing up.
That sounds good.
Yeah, we ate that a lot growing up.
That sounds good.
So that would probably be a go-to.
All right, so as a chef, and sometimes I get resistance on this question, what's your favorite meal to cook?
For myself or like for...
Just if you had to make one meal, like this is my favorite meal. All right, let's have 2 parts. Favorite meal to cook for somebody else. Favorite meal to cook for yourself.
For myself, I don't really go through the roof for myself. Serving someone else, I don't know. These are tough questions. Like, just put it on the spot here.
A lot of chefs don't want to answer the question for me, so think about it. I'll come back to you, okay?
I will.
Your turn. Brianna, what's your favorite food?
I love tacos. Pizza's good. Tacos.
Tacos your favorite food?
Yeah, traditional. When I was younger, I only liked like the Americanized tacos.
Me too.
But then as I got older, I got turned on to like real Mexican tacos.
They're all great too. But if you want some classic, old school American tacos, ground beef, hard shell, lettuce, tomato, and cheese, Torado's over on Pierce Street.
What's the name of it?
Torado's, Mexican restaurant, Mexican Italian. They do
Italian
dishes too, but they're Mexican and they make the Mexican tacos traditionally too. But they have the American ones, and their ground beef. It's got some seasoning on there. I don't know what it is, but I love it.
I make tacos. When I make them at home, but I use ground chicken now instead of ground beef. Mm-hmm. But you know who I love Chicano's tacos, and there's this great little food truck over on Hazel Street. They're the best.
I love tacos.
We got that. Yeah.
I love tacos. What's your food for 24/7? What are you eating all day long? Tacos or pizza, or something else?
I'd feel like shit if I ate tacos or pizza all day long.
Be delicious though.
Probably tacos.
Tacos?
Yeah. I have this real obsession with tacos these days.
You're on death row. What's your last meal?
My noni spaghetti.
Yeah.
I grew up on.
That's fair. My last meal is my mother's eggplant parm.
Oh, I love a good eggplant parm. Oh, yeah.
Chef, what's your favorite meal to cook? Chef Vaughn wanted to beat me up when I asked him. Remember, Brian? He got me. He's like, I can't answer that fucking question.
Maybe I could eat his burgers for 24 hours.
He's like, I can't answer that fucking question. I'm like, you could if you want to. You don't want to. We got to go to the next question.
I really like building flavors. So I will like just a simple like pan, whether it's sauteing chicken or whatever. I just really like building flavors. So I just keep layering it up.
I have to learn how to do that as a cook. I like to cook, but I try to build flavor and it's always fucking bland shit. Yeah, just give me some salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Favorite
dish to make. See, it's like
you love that timbali.
Yeah, but that's not even a dish.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's just tough. Like I don't know. Favorite dish to make. I like something that's simple and like rustic. So like meat, potatoes, and like veggies.
I want to taste that dish right now. like pot roast.
Yeah, something like that. Like
I love a good pot roast.
Like exactly. Like I guess ribs. Like I just something like that.
I get it. I love a good pot roast though. I could eat that all day long. Just give me some noodles over it.
Yeah.
Put the noodles underneath it. Give me the salt
noodles
shaker.
With pot roast.
Yeah. Or rice.
Egg
noodles,
rice.
Mashed
potatoes.
Mashed potatoes sound great too. I would change it up. If you give me pot roast for a week, I'll put a different side dish underneath there. Yeah. Love it. So fucking good. Guys, great episode. I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to have some takeaway gifts for you guys to go home with. So I have table sponsors here, all right?
All right.
Frank cannot go home with you. All right. Or Tony or the duck. But I don't know if you have animals or not, but my good friend Carley, she has her dog grooming place in Pittston. She does a great job. So I'll give you some business cards for there.
All right.
Then we have Genoa. I say Genoa, I believe it's Genoa, but Jay, don't kill me. I say it 2 different ways, but it's one of my table sponsors. You're not getting the big cans of sauce, but we have some spices to go home with. You ever have the Happy Boy sauce yet?
I have not.
Oh, that's fantastic. So Scotch Sauces make that, LLC. So I'm going to send some bottles home with you. It's kind of like a Frank's Red Hot or Tabasco sauce, but not.
Okay.
It's got a little spice and a sweet finish.
Nice.
Really, really, really good sauce. So definitely try that out. And then one of my favorite pizza places in town in Old Forge, Carley and Janelle's, they started to bottle their own pizza sauce.
Oh, nice. I noticed that before.
Regular pizza sauce, which I don't have that because I smashed the whole case when I brought it in here. But yeah, I do have this. They joined the sweet sauce pizza craze.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, so they have sweet sauce pizza sauce now. Carley and Janelle's makes you've had Carley and Janelle's before?
Oh, I was born and raised in Boca.
Did you know that they made a thin crust?
Forever?
I'm not sure how long, but they've been doing it for a while. It's literally just half of their dough, and it's just
I prefer a thin crust pizza.
You got to try
nice
they make the soup. They make the thin crust with the hot honey and cut pepperoni on the Old Forge pizza. It's crazy good. So they have the sweet sauce. Now I'll give you some of that to take home with
Awesome.
you. The goal is to make you guys a customer for life with these products. That's
Great.
the idea right there. You know what I mean? So you go home, take them, cook them, use them up, and hopefully buy a bottle afterwards. If not, what are you going to do? You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys, real quick before we head out, where can everybody come see us?
We're at 156 South Franklin Street in Wilkes-Barre at the Stegmaier Mansion.
Can't miss it. Unless you're my buddy Mike, he goes out 3 different places at once. He went to the factory. Then he went to the other mansion.
The Fred, yeah.
And then he went somewhere else. And then he finally showed up.
That happens a lot. People end up at the Fred or the brewery. Yeah.
That was funny though. That was really funny. So guys, again, thank you so much. This was a great food fight. My name is Brian DiMattei. I'm your host of the Food Fight Podcast here at Conversion Works Media. If you're looking for somewhere to have your podcast host, I know Brian's looking for more and more work.
Always.
So if you guys want your podcast or anything that you're looking to do media-wise, look up Conversion Works Media. Come in, meet the crew, and they can put on a great display here for you. I absolutely love being here. All right? Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Shit.
That's okay.
Very nice meeting you, man.
Oh, the table's bigger now.